gentlemen, start your engine.
And good evening, and welcome to what is probably going to be my last race of 2019, Season 3, Week 13, the Silly Week. And we're going to wrap this up, hopefully, with a halfway decent open setup race at Laguna Seca. And so the MX-5 is one of my favorite cars, mainly because I own one. Not this particular one, at least not yet. And at this point, pretty much don't know how long this race is. I really just kind of jumped in here and wanted to do it one more time. Looks like we're about a couple of minutes off of actually racing this. Now, this is definitively the only car that I can drive on iRacing that I run 100% heel toe manual transmission, and will actually take, and too bad I don't have a pedal camera, because I actually heel and toe on downshifts on this car, and that is something that I do not do with any other car in the iRacing universe. So I've driven this car a number of times on this track. And had varying degrees of success. It is a neat little car to drive. But I don't know that Laguna Seca has ever been my best track. It's kind of a mixed bag for me. All right, so didn't even get in one lap, but it seems like it's pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and get our race going. And then we can figure out how many laps we're talking about here. I'm pretty certain that this car does about 0.3 gallons per lap. So you get like 3 laps per gallon. So I'm hoping to get enough laps in here that I can actually take and calculate my fuel mileage. But usually 3-4 laps of fuel, not too bad. So while we're waiting, well, let's see if I can get a few laps in here real quick. Problem is I only really have enough time to get one. So the main thing I run into, though, it being the only car that I really do heel and toe on, is sometimes I do miss shifts, and it is a learned skill. You have to put some time into it. I probably don't have the best pedal setup for it. But one of the big things that did help was the Recmotec load cell modification I did on my G25 pedals. Usually like to let it float through there. It's not a very powerful car. Yep, as usual, not going to get even the full lap out of a practice session. So let's see. Qualifying. So I'm going to take this thing down to the lowest amount of fuel for qualifying. That's 2 gallons. That'll help us out a little bit. And let's go ahead and see if we can't get our full 3 laps in here at full blast and see if this thing will figure out how much fuel we need. There should be quite a few people in here. I mean, quite a few. And that we may well have about 20 people or more just in this race. It should be chock full of competition. So usually I would say take the outlap pretty slow, but since I'm trying to get an idea how much fuel this thing's going to use, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go full beans on this thing. Try not to have any major off-track excursions, because if you do that, you're not going to qualify really at all anyway. So right up at the top of the hill, brake. Get back on the gas real good there. This is actually a setup that I got a hold of a couple of months ago in one of my leagues.
Green, green, green.
And it really does handle really well. I mean, I'm not really certain about where it came from, but it handles really well. So I usually, like I said, don't do well at Laguna Seca. Like that. So hopefully the next one will go a little bit better. In fact, that was probably my worst turn 1, turn 2 in a long time here. And of course that's going to invalidate the lap anyway, so. Might end up starting at the back on this one. I don't really need to brake there. Usually just let off the throttle a little bit, let the car settle. Alright, well, since we kind of messed that one up, let's hope that we can get one good lap in here. Alright, so going
One more lap.
final lap in qualifying. Let's see if we can do a little bit better this time. Yes, that was much, much better. Don't let it come move too far out to the outside. Definitely time to be had by taking some of these corners as wide as possible. Not when you're qualifying. Right now, we're still 9th. But I think that's because of the non-qualifiers. That was a little messy. All right, heading up to the last corner. On the gas from the apex. There we go. We're about half a second off of whatever time I set the first time around, so... So that puts me in 10th.
There's a flag. It's over.
And we still did not calculate our time, but I do know that I did 3 laps, and I used 0.6, so that's about 2.2 gallons per lap. So we have a 10-minute race. I mean, we're essentially talking about maybe 10-minute race. 10-minute race is going to be maybe, well, get out the calculator. Still got a minute left. Come on. All right, so I did a 1:42, so that's going to be 102 seconds per lap. So 60 times 10, that's 600 seconds divided by 102. That's 5.8. That's going to be 6 laps. So let's just say 6 laps times 0.2 per lap, 1.2. I mean, realistically, we could probably get away with the bare minimum amount of fuel. But I think what I'm going to do in the interest of not having to stop for fuel on a 10-lap race is I'm just going to set this thing at 3.3 gallons. And we have 45 seconds, and in 45 seconds, we're going to run this thing and see what happens. We are currently in 12th place, and let's see, we did a 1:42. Certainly wasn't my fastest, but 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds off the pace. There you go. Wow. That's a lot of consonants. Okay, so time to race, folks. All right, so here we are. Final race of iRacing Season 3 2019, Week 13. And there are 16 people on the grid. All right, let's see what we got here. So let me just get to my various screens here, and it looks like we got everything we need. All right, so we're just waiting to get started. Sorry, my ears were sweating. I'm car number 8 in case somebody yells at me. All right. These races can be fun, and these races can be bad.
Good luck, everyone.
But let's see what happens.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Usually we have a halfway decent start in this car. Mainly because you can peg it and just let it go and it'll go, unlike that Ferrari. Great. Already flashing and we ain't even started yet. Okay, let's go. There we go.
Green, green, green.
And there we go. Already missed a shift. Look at that.
Slow car ahead. Slow car ahead. You got a slow car on the left. Go to the top. Car on your right. Go to the bottom. Clear on the right. Left side. Clear on the left. You got a slow car on the left.
Yeah, light blue porpoise up here.
Got a car on the left. Keep to the right. Clear on the left.
Oh, I gotta fix that.
Right side. Clear on the right. Right side. Clear.
Gotta watch out for those dive bombers. Although that went pretty well. I have to say, they really kept their lines pretty well.
One minute 56.195.
Just a bit of an unorthodox line through there.
Got a car on the left. Stay on the right. Clear.
And we're not doing all that great, are we? That turn one is really messing us up tonight. So what are we down? 13th, 14th? Yeah, 13th.
1 minute 42.617.
Now that was much better. Okay, let's see if we can make up some time here. Start doing these corners right.
Slow car ahead.
Seem to have a nice little train going. I mean, outside of the immediate leaders who have pulled away, we
1 minute 41.
pretty well kept it together. I don't know if that was necessary. Yep, almost did it, just like this guy.
Left side, 1 minute 42.125. Stay right there. Keep to the right. Clear. Got a car on the left. Stay on the right. Stay on the right. Keep to the right. Clear.
Well, I'm glad he thought better of that. See, the problem, yeah, we got maybe 2 more laps. Okay, somebody's cutting the grass up here.
Got a car on the left. Clear. White flag next time by the stripe.
Okay, well, maybe have 12th at this point. I guess we're gonna.
1 minute 43.454.
All right, well, we are back up into 12th, which is where we started. And this guy has blinked the whole way.
Well done.
All right, well, that guy is just all over the place. 11th.
That's the checkered flag. Bring it on home and let's get out of here.
Well, there we go, people. The last race that I'm going to do for 2019 Season 3, Week 13. And that's going to be a wrap for that. So MX-5's Laguna Seca, can't get more classic guy racing than that. Could you be a little more specific? Yeah, it's like, really? You're just going to say that out to all drivers? I mean, who are you talking about? I mean, give me a break. So we'll have to say, like I said before, that, you know, this is probably the best car I have from a driving standpoint. You know, I can be pretty decently competitive with the MX-5. The doing things properly with the gearing, and when I can consistently do the heel toe and the downshifts and everything, you can, excuse me, you can outbrake people, you can get better acceleration. In general, the car just does better, so.
That's it, go!
So I do want to take, and, you know, since we are looking at it here, I would like to show off the planetherring MX-5, which, this is probably the first race that I have actually run this car. Oh, well, so hopefully we'll see a lot more of that going into next season. So let's see here. There it is. There's the end card. What can I say? Season's in the bag. Been putting out a lot of content lately, doing a lot of streaming, hopefully doing the right things at the right time, saying the right things in order to keep you interested and hopefully be a little bit informative. And this week's been a lot of fun. I've done some live events, like for real live. But Iracing 2019 Season 4 will begin starting, I believe, tomorrow or Tuesday, and also going to be bringing some other things here soon as well. So thanks for watching through Season 3, my first season of doing live streaming, and hope to see you online. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.